Your next rider, a world-famous cycling YouTuber, standing at 6'4". They call him Patty Bowman on the internet, but we're gonna call him in real life, Patrick Leo.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. Your boy got a call up for this crit race. This is the final day of Chicago Grit Stage 10, and this is sort of a tongue-in-cheek title, but this is the Cat 5 World Championships. This is kind of a hilarious title, and even the fact that they're giving out call-ups for Cat 5 is also hilarious in and of itself. So the final stage, Stage 10 of Chicago Grit, is located in Fulton Market, which is a super bustling entertainment district just west of downtown Chicago. It's a four-corner crit, super fast, not technical at all, but because this is the final stage of Grit, all the big boys came out to be swinging, dropping their balls. So I knew that this race was going to be exceptionally more difficult. In fact, the field size on this one, because it was the last day, it was basically triple the size of my race in Northbrook. So it was a full field, 75 riders. So I knew right away going into this race that I had to stay up towards the front. So I'm super thankful to get that call up because it became super duper important throughout this entire race. So let me talk you through the course profile right now. So the footage you're seeing is courtesy of the American Criterium Cup. They had a live stream going for the pro race, but since both the Cat 3 and the Cat 5 races were afterwards, they figured they might as well just go ahead and live stream those races as well. It's basically unheard of to live stream a Cat 5 race outside of something like a Tulsa Tough or maybe like a Manhattan Grand Prix in LA. So I was able to extract footage for this video. Now you're probably asking yourself, hey Patty, where is your own GoPro footage? Well, unfortunately, guys, I mounted my GoPro onto my bike. However, I left the memory card at home from when I was editing my race at Northbrook. So literally the greatest day of my cycling life, and I forget my memory card at home. So I'm happy that we have this live stream footage that I'm able to use. Shout out to American Criterium Cup. And then this GoPro footage you're seeing is actually from another YouTuber and a pro racer who is in the pro racing field. His name is Justin McCreary. And I wanted to get some of his footage on here just so you can see the energy in real time from a first person perspective, just what the crowds were like and just how sick it was to be riding underneath the L train or the elevated train. This is our CTA subway, more or less, but on the back half of the course, guys, you were able to ride underneath the train. I cannot describe just the energy and just how hyped I was for this, guys. This is the grand finale, and so it's very fitting why this was called the Cat 5 World Championships. Now, some of these photos you are seeing are courtesy of the Beard and Boca, Matt Retschke. Shout out to him, guys. He's a fantastic professional photographer. He shows up on his own accord to all of these races and gets some of the sickest photos. So huge shout out to him. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and go check out his website as well. Now, my plan going into this race, of course, is to get a good result. I didn't think I was going to be podium or anything like that, but my coach told me, he says, for the first 2 to 3 laps, you're going to have to turn yourselves inside out to stay at the front, because looking at the field of 75, there are going to be gaps and splits, and they're going to happen really quickly. And he was not lying at all, because there was a point with probably maybe like 10 or 11 laps to go where I looked behind me and I realized the field was completely shredded. It ended up only being about 20 guys who finished. Basically, the other 55 got pulled. So that shows you just how difficult this race was. It was so different than Northbrook. Northbrook, I felt like I can kind of float in and out of the group and stuff. But for this final stage, because some of the heavier hitters came up in respects to the Cat 5 race, this race was a lot harder. I didn't have the legs to really do anything other than just hold the wheel and take really good corners. But guys, this was super intense. One thing I do want to highlight is my club, XXX Athletico. They were responsible for organizing and funding this race. It was a very, very expensive race to fundraise. So shout out to Jim Phelan. He's one of the leaders on my club. All the volunteers, the organizers, officials, sponsors, teammates, guys. This is basically a huge race party, similar to what you would expect at Tulsa Tough, except just in Chicago. So a lot of time and effort went into this race. And so me being a part of the same club that organized this final day of race, because this is an ACC race for the pro race, it was very important that I did the best I could to make sure our team was very well represented in this field. So with that being said, one of the things that enabled me to really be able to stay up towards the front is I had a couple of teammates in my Cat 5 field who basically more or less sacrificed their race at certain points just to keep me at the front, because the thought process was maybe I could get in a good position to go for a field sprint. And it was a hot day, guys. Just the dynamics of this race was so different than Northbrook, even though Northbrook was a little bit hotter, that I didn't really have the legs I thought I was going to have, because I was burning a lot of matches just to stay at the front. But just the vibes, guys, I cannot stress enough just how much the vibes of this race was off the chain. Now, looking back at this footage, I do ask myself, could I have gotten a better result? Maybe, maybe not. But honestly, I was just happy to finish with the lead group because, like I said, everyone else got pulled. I'm just happy to be back to racing. This whole entire season has kind of been of an experiment. I got a really good coach. Our program, like I said in my previous video, we have a fantastic program. We have amazing teammates across all the categories. In fact, our Cat 3 guy, Connor, he took second overall on the 10-day Omnium. So our club is doing big things. And that's really just what I wanted to highlight in this video, guys. I didn't want to give you guys the standard breakdown that you might see from other YouTubers. I just wanted to give you all about the vibes, just positivity. You can do this too, guys. Anyone out there who's thinking about racing, you can do this too. You don't need the most expensive bike. You do need a training plan. You will, and I do highly recommend getting into some practice crits, but you can do this too, guys. I'm not that fit, although I am the strongest I've ever been, but like, you don't have to be that fit to do this. And you don't really know how you're going to do it unless you give it a go. So I guess I'm going to leave the video at that, guys. I just had a fantastic time. People cheering my name. It was wild. I wasn't ready for the call-up, but questions, comments, and concerns, please feel free to leave them down below. And I'm going to check you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.